Hello, this will be a quick example of regular expressions, or converting a language to a regular expression. Okay, so converting L to a regular expression, usually in comp theory, although in general regular expression we have all these symbols like the question mark, which means one or two, 0 or 1. We have the period, that means everything. We have we have a lot of different notations for general regex, right? But for comp theory, we're only going to consider 3, meaning you can only use 3 when we build a regular expression from L. That is, we have the clean star, we have the concatenation, and union. These are the only 3 that we're allowed to use. Okay, so let's get started. So our string, or our language, if you remember, was a string that begins or ends with AA or BB. Similar to how we did our regular language, or our finite state machine video for regular languages. Let's start with the different parts. So let's do begins with AA or BB, right? So it just has to begin with AA or BB. So we can do A, or union, B, B. Sorry, I should mention that I am going to use this line to signify union as well. Yeah, just so you know, you could write this AA union BB, but I'm going to do the line. It's easier to write, and it's more generally accepted, I think. Okay, so AA or BB. So it has to begin with AA or BB. Okay, but what about after that? Do we have anything that tells us what happens after that? No. But we don't have anything that tells us what doesn't happen. So let's just assume that after that we have A or B, our input alphabet, 0 or more times, right? And I apologize, that should not be a comma, that should be a union. A or B 0 or more times, right? So now we have, it begins with AA or BB and then anything after that. So as usual, let's test this with some strings. I'll use yellow. Okay, so for example, all we have to make sure is it starts with AA and then after that, anything. B, A, B, 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 A, A, B, right? All we have to make sure that is true is this AA, right? So our regex does recognize this AA, and then after that we have A or B 0 more times, and that's right here. So good, we have this first part, and that first part's working. Okay, and our next part is the ends with AA or BB. So let's just take our regex we have right now and just reverse it, because this one starts with AA or BB and then anything after that. But the next one ends with AA or BB than anything before that. So we can just do the exact same thing. A union B, clean star, and then remember it has to end with an AA or a BB. Okay, right there we have both parts that need to be part of our language. We have both the parts. Okay, so now we need to combine that together. And that's really, really easy because of this or, begins or ends with AA or BB. So what symbol do we usually use for or? Union, or this one that I'm using. And after we combine those with a union, we should have something like this, regular expression. Okay, and before we conclude, we should always try to test it, always try to break it. This is where we get to be destructive. We should always try to test it with edge cases, with things that should break it. So for example, this one's really hard to break because the only thing that's actually being monitored are the beginning and the ends on both sides of this union. Because we can have any combination of A or B's at that side, at the right of this first union, or the left of this, or the right side of the union. I know that's confusing. What I mean is by this clean star can be anything, and this clean star on this side can be anything. So that's not, we can't really break that. But For this top, let's try AA and then BB. Let's do AA, BB, and then nothing. Is that accepted? Well, we start with an AA, so yeah, and then after this we get B, loop, B, yep. So BB is accepted, that's accepted. Let's do A, B, A, B. Okay, A, B, A, B. So it can't be this first part of the expression. Let's go to the next part, A, B, A, B. So that is accepted here, but we don't end with an AA or BB, so no, that is unaccepted. But if we wanted to make it accepted, we could just add an AA or a BB to the end of that. Okay, so if you wanted to continue on trying to test this regex to see if it accepts this language, go right ahead. If not, then this is the conclusion of this video. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Good luck.